And welcome to session 38 of Elohir Sphere of Power campaign, Conjoined Interests. We are in the Desert of Desolation, a upgraded version of the original module for 5th edition and Fantasy Grounds. And the party is probably about well more than a quarter of the way. I'd say maybe a third of the way through the whole session. They have found their way to the oasis of White Palm. They have been welcomed by the Sheik and learned about the political intrigue that is festering in this literal oasis in the middle of a very, very harsh desert. There is the overall camp is being threatened by the release of the Afrit Pasha Kalatarius, who the party has been responsible for releasing. But then again, his release was ordained over 1,000 years ago, and hence is why they find themselves here in the middle of all of this. But while this is going on and the Afrit is wreaking havoc throughout the region, destroying settlements and campsites and leaving wakes of blasted sand in his across the desert. The Sheik is also dealing with his own issue as his son, who was betrothed to an ordained bride, that wedding has been postponed as the bride has disappeared. You've also learned that the head of the Sand Voyagers Guild has disappeared, and he's been missing for several weeks. You've also learned that the Sand Voyagers themselves apparently are in competition with a more clandestine group of traders that focus on slave trading, which the Sand Voyagers do not deal with. And so apparently they've been causing some problems here in this little outskirts of civilization. You've suspected that the eldest brother's younger brother, Korga, might have something to do with the bride's disappearance. You have been talking to him and following him, and you discovered that he actually makes a regular journey to well, you don't know what it is, but he has disappeared beneath the obelisk that is just north of the Sand Voyagers compound, that apparently has a secret passage beneath it that defied your ability to locate it without persistence. So you eventually did find it. I think, who was it, the Mizram that found it finally, or was it Kaoli? I do not recall. One of the two of them found it.
Yeah.
And after venturing into a dark passage, you and descending steps that led into it, you found a very, very heavy door with the image of a jackal's head carved into it with glowing beady eyes. Um, well, not really glowing, but they just gave you the sense that they were almost like they were piercing through you. So at this point, having been given the willies, you've decided to set up camp and keep an eye on things for now. It is now early morning of, let's get the time and date out. And you've been at this for what, this is your third 10-day week into the Desert of Desolation. So you've actually made some pretty good progress so far. It's only about a month since you've left or found yourself out here. So with that, I pass it off to the players and tell me how you would like to proceed. Oh, by the way, Redreth has been back at their tent that was provisioned by the Sheik in the main compound. He's been reflecting and retrospecting and meditating and coming to terms with
And
some recent events.
marveling,
And what?
marveling at the experience he had on his little mental journey through the plains.
Yes, having fortunately found a cleric of sufficient power, though of not very cordial demeanor, Redreth and was it Haig or Varric?
Yes. Haig.
Haig and Haig were able to find someone to cure them of the ailment that they had suffered What was it that caused you guys the intelligence? One was a hit to the head, a solid blow to the head.
Yeah, one was a crit blow to the head.
And then Red
Red
Dress
Dress was
first,
opening the
right?
book. Yeah,
Curse.
Red Dress opened the book and picked up the sword, so he had a double whammy.
Yeah, well, the picking up the sword was just separating you from the curse, but there was another one that had a definite mental impact on you. And
Yes,
as
the
was-
book knocked the 3 points off my con. So
Yeah.
So your combined maladies required a personal journey that how was it described by Mizram? Getting into his catnip a little excessively. So
Yeah.
bit of a traumatic journey, which I compared more to the first experience that Doctor Strange had with the multiverse, and being pulled in and out of his astral state. So
I like the visual of him getting punched by that guy the first time, where you see the different shades of him flying backwards out of his body. That was akin to what happened.
Yeah,
The girl actually punched by the girl.
The sorcerer.
Oh, that's
supreme.
right. Yep, that's right.
Actually, they're never quite clear on the sexual identity of the sorcerer supreme in the original stuff. So it was actually kind of interesting that they had Tilda play the part the way she did.
Very true.
But she played it well. Anyway, go ahead.
I have questions. So I don't know who Horga is. Chorus is the brother we were following, and you said Horga, so now I'm curious.
No, Korga Kazan is the. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Chorus Icon. Sorry.
Now I'm kind of curious who Horga Kasan.
Sorry.
Ooh, name slip. We will find out, I'm sure.
Yeah, you probably will. Fortunately, your name doesn't tell you too much yet. Yeah, but it's not unreasonable to think that you haven't met everyone in the Oasis yet. So.
Very true. We still have a very small bit of the Oasis open, I believe.
We should probably bring up that map so we have the reference.
And did I hear Alex check in?
I am here.
All righty.
Yeah, we have a full group this morning. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo. So I believe it's in yours and Mrs. Court. You guys figured out the obelisk to a certain point.
Yeah, I thought we had gone back down to the rest of the party. Could you give me the
There's an inscription also on there, if I recall.
Why's my coffee taste like poison?
Keith, you gone really quiet, by the way.
We
Yeah.
had rejoined Eric or Matt. We rejoined them.
Yeah, I thought we did.
I see everyone in group. Does that sound better, Miz?
Yes.
Yes.
Let me turn up the gain a little bit, see if that helps.
Did we stay and wait for Redrith?
That's kind of what we weren't clear on, and I wanted to
Right.
make sure that we pinpointed, because yeah, he's been away while the rest of you have been kind of watching this, and as morning comes, it wasn't quite clear how he intended to rejoin, but that's no big deal because him and I have been discussing some of what he's been doing in his off hours. So at this point, it's just a question of how and when he's rejoining the rest of the party. Who's he was necessary to actually get the tent up because you guys are hiding out in what's the name of that spell again? I always keep forgetting it.
Lehman's Tiny Hut.
Tiny hut.
Yep.
Leomans, thank you. So yeah, you have the
Okay,
hut up
so-
and you're watching. It's early morning. No one else can see you, presumably. So
Okay, so my notes say that that at 8:52 a.m. we open the door and go down, and then we find the door and decide not to go further, and then we come back up and close it up, and I forget what we were doing, but then the brothers headed over to interrogate Chorus and get thrown out of his tent.
We didn't get thrown out. We walked out.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was a
Your choices were get thrown out or walk out.
dude, don't touch me in there.
Yeah, there was. And at that point, I think Redress was still separate from us, and I forget what the rest of us were doing. But according to my notes, it was Fekish who found the door and how to open it.
That's right.
I actually did something.
Because the rest of us were stumped.
I did a really bad job keeping notes last time. My apologies. And yes, I do remember all of that. I'm glad actually you brought up the session, because I was going with the interaction with Chorus. I was going to kind of let that pass because I think you opened up a box of worms that you weren't ready to. We forgot that politics can actually play a role in even D&D games. So
Yeah, once I realized what we had done, I was like, fuck. If we have to bring anything to court.
Proof.
Yes, exactly. We have no
otherwise
evidence
you're going to
other than-
pooch yourselves.
Mhm.
Yeah, we gotta be careful.
Yeah, but I would argue that Dan's idea of saying, hey, yeah, let's bring this all before the boss man and get it out there. That wasn't a bad spin either, and that would be a way to within the confines of the narrative head it off at the, well, you actually don't have any evidence, but the info is out there, kind of a thing. So
Sure.
And needless to say, Chorus is very aware of the fact that you are suspicious of him now.
Yeah.
Probably won't be willing to provide too much more assistance. So that, that's probably severed at this point.
he's guilty. That's okay.
That's gonna say, I'm okay with that.
Well,
We just have to figure out how to tie him in.
If you get a visit from the Sheik's guards, then he probably is not. But if nothing further comes out of it at the moment, and you don't have to deal with any immediate repercussions, he's probably got something to hide too. I don't think any of those are far-fetched conclusions.
No.
So
let's tie him up and get him on a tall roof and chuck him off until he answers our questions. Bring him back up.
So with that being said, it probably is a little later in the morning. By the time that you head on out to retrieve Redreth, fill him in on the night's events, find out about his personal introspection, and decide to head on back towards presumably presumed to head back towards the obelisk and make a camp for scouting purposes. Yes, no, maybe?
So we're all joined back up here in the trees.
That's my understanding.
That sounds good. I'm just about to log into Fantasy Grounds right now.
Yeah, we can hang out more and see who else shows up at the obelisk.
Or do we just want to go open the door, go in, see what's cooking?
We did that already.
Right, and there's the jackal door at the bottom of the stairs.
It was kind of scary.
Yeah.
Let's just say Redreth is going to follow in the tradition, the best traditions of Indiana Jones when he's opening the place where the Ark of the Covenant is. He's going to play Sala and say, "That's a wonderful place. You go first."
I'm cool with that. If anybody wants to check the jackal door for, magic or traps before I try to, get in it, that'd be great.
I can't check it for magic, but I can check it for traps.
Mhm.
And I thought Keith said earlier that he said something about an inscription possibly on the door, or no?
Yes, there
Yes.
is.
I don't remember.
Alex already translated it. It's the last one that's in the inscriptions channel in Discord.
Gotcha.
And just for the viewing audience, the translation as provided by Alex was, "This oasis, guarded by the white palm, belongs to all who enter. This we claim in the name of the many gods."
That was the inscription on the obelisk, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, and as a side note, did you guys notice that you can now unlock the little area where all the pictures are, and you can drag it to wherever you want on the screen now, and then lock it again?
What?
Wait, what?
You
If
can
you go
unlock
up
the
and
area
mouse
where
it-
the portraits are.
Yeah, you
Where
can
the
move the
little
portraits to
portraits are?
wherever.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, look at that.
I noticed that last night. I was
They-
like, oh, that's so cool.
They did that. They did that a long time ago.
I've never noticed all of a sudden the lock appeared for me. So
Yeah. No, they did that a long time ago. And it's
No
very
way.
convenient because
He
That's
says
where I
no
put-
way.
I'm just being
That's-
disagreeable. No.
that's where
You know what
I put my Steam overlay that tells me who's talking. And so I've moved the portrait.
I wish
Anyway,
you could change it to vertical instead of horizontal, and then I would put it on the right
Yeah.
side underneath the rest of my list.
That would be awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, well.
Anyways. All right.
I'll be in
And
when just
Redreth
messed
is-
you up.
Redreth and is very, very introspective at this point, because he's still thinking about the implications of everything he saw and what he experienced and how that is changing who he is. So
And the brothers probably want to get in that in the tiny hut because it's starting to get very, very warm.
I was gonna say, do we want to rest soon?
Yeah, you're
And
about
pick this up
at
in the
rest
evening.
time. Because
Yeah.
it's morning, but you guys have been working on a nocturnal schedule to avoid the heat of the desert. And just quickly,
Yeah.
I might have messed up ownership of Fekish, so let me know if you have any problems controlling your character. It's me, I did it, not you.
So are we
all right,
gonna
sounds
take
good. I will
watch
take the
schedule?
time to cast the dome.
Vark will take first watch.
Haley is going to attempt to stay in her tree, all wrapped up in her desert clothes, because tree, tree.
Yeah, there haven't been many of them, that's for sure. And there's definitely a few to select from. However, I will remind you, these are palm trees. They're not easy to climb, nor are they very comfortable to sit in.
Yeah, it's like bowing down from
She might
the
just sit at the base of the tree because it's a tree and she
Mhm.
likes trees.
Yeah, the shade is still, perfectly viable, absolutely. But yeah, they're not like your oaks and your maples, with low branches that you can perch on and use to get up.
These are not climbing trees.
Exactly.
These are not climbing trees.
Yeah, and you
They're
really
not
don't
sit
want to
in
hug the trunk
either.
of these trees either.
I'm looking at Kaoli while it's going on, thinking, well, I thought I like to nuzzle up against things.
Yes, but she's missed trees. These are not the kind of trees she's used to. But she has missed the trees, and so she wants to stay with the trees.
So continuing to use the watch order in the party sheet, I presume you're going to rest in that order beneath the shade of the trees inside the invisible hut.
I think so.
Yes.
Yes, and Redreth still just needs 4 hours for his concentration stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of why Kaoli and Redress take the middle watches. We don't need quite as much time as the others do for sleep-like activities.
All right, well,
Exactly.
you
know
find a
that was a thing.
relatively uneventful day. Sun proceeds overhead. No activity is really noticed around the immediate vicinity of the obelisk. You do see some people wandering or, maybe traveling with intent between the main compound, the Sand Voyagers compound and the camp. And, some of them take them to somewhat close to the obelisk, but no one seems really intent on the obelisk itself throughout the day. And eventually the sun sets. You start seeing a lot more activity of people making their way from not just the camp, but from the outskirts of the oasis towards the Sand Voyagers compound. Looks like almost everyone likes to spend their evenings over at Happy Hogan's. But other than that, you really don't discern anything else of much interest.
So should we go get some breakfast?
That sounds good.
Maybe
I
have
could
some
eat.
conversations. So I feel like there's a couple things we could do. Obviously, obelisk, right? But
Right.
what are they called? The guild, right? Has been having problems with slavers. We could ask about that. Maybe go smash some slaver skulls.
I'm kind of curious to see if we have somebody who's stealthy enough, hold back and see if Chorus is gutsy enough to come back to the obelisk tonight.
They might
So if
know
we
that we
do
know
go,
about it.
that's
Might.
my curiosity. Will it?
Yeah.
Will us knowing stop him from going in anyway?
Mhm.
Kind of curious to what does he have? Kind of asking the question: does he have an obligation to go versus he chooses to go?
That's a very
Yeah.
good question.
So
does that mean
that's
someone's
kind of
going to
where I'm
stay
at.
behind inside Leoman's tent and keep an eye on things?
Well, the only way to do that is if Redrith also.
I'd have to recast it because it only lasts for 8 hours. So
True.
Yeah, and if you leave, it falls. I agree.
exactly.
Kaoli,
So
did
I
you
would
say that
definitely
out
have
loud?
to stay.
Yeah, it is nighttime, so you may not necessarily need the obscurement it provides. Especially given that you have a cat and a ranger present that are very
Right.
effective at their stealth, usually. As long as they've taken baths.
Yes, as long as we've taken baths. Kaeli doesn't say that out loud, but people were talking, so Alex didn't want to interrupt.
Be right there.
But that was a thought that Alex had.
Yeah. That was my curiosity too. So yes.
So it's entirely
let's-
possible that if we investigate the slavers and the disappearance of the Sand Voyagers leader, that we will find the missing princess as well.
And maybe more information about these people going into that obelisk along the way.
Yep.
And then we can go break that one guy's legs.
Yeah. I suspect that if the missing princess is related to the slavers, it was probably somebody other than the slavers took her and sold her to the slavers. rather than
Absolutely.
the slavers kidnapping her themselves.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, it was they had inside help.
I
Inside
don't think that the slavers necessarily would have even gone after her themselves, but presented with her as a here, you want to buy her, they would have happily said absolutely.
Imagine being a princess and getting sold to slavers
Yes.
like that. That's a nightmare.
Well, I mean, she wasn't born a princess. Or she wasn't born from royal parents
Oh,
either.
okay.
She was born from.
Yeah.
She's a princess
commoner.
simply by virtue of the birthmark.
Right.
Oh. Oh.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, you've missed a whole lot of this story, actually. Yeah. So the thing that's going on, the legend in the town is the chosen bride gets a birthmark on her hand or wrist or something, and
Palm.
the palm. Yeah. So everybody knows that the princess isn't dead yet, because if she were to die, the birthmark would pass on to
It
someone else.
reappears at an altar in the cleric's compound that that preserves the mark from generation to generation.
Okay. Okay.
So that's how we know
So
the bride is
she's-
alive somewhere.
Yeah, she's more valuable alive because if she's dead, then it passes on, and then he can choose someone else to marry, and the birthmark will reappear on a newborn.
And
So she's more valuable alive to cause problems.
the consistency of the birthmark appearing and reappearing lends more element to this being a magical legacy than necessarily just some mystical coincidence.
Yeah.
You know about the two brothers, though, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The two
The
brothers
Sheik's
are
sons?
twins.
And the fact that they're
Yes.
twins.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Yeah, I say we look into the Sand Voyagers Guild issues with the slavers, see what we can suss out with that. And I don't know. I either say we just try to get into this fucking jackal door with just sheer strength of will, just see what happens, or we go check out the slavers. I like the slavers. I want to kill them. I'm cool with that.
My thought is, so we think Chorus is linked to the slavers somehow. So my thought is to wait to see if he comes in. He was I believe he was around midnight last time, and if he doesn't show up, we give him till 12:30. If he doesn't show up, we go in without him, or we kind of hang back, see if he goes in, and follow him in, because then he's inside. We have our proof. We have all this, we have more evidence against him.
Yeah, but we could go inside. It could be like a fucking book club.
It's true.
Yeah, we still don't know what this what this space is used for.
Right.
It's not necessarily something nefarious. It could be just convenient meeting place that's out of the way.
But
some kind
if we
of
go down there,
library.
But if we go down there, find out it is nefarious, and he's not there, then we don't have any proof against him.
Exactly.
Correct. And it's entirely possible that it is a multi-purpose space too.
True.
We go crack some slaver skulls, find the leader, search his stuff. We're bound to maybe find some kind of correspondence or something foolishly not destroyed. Hopefully.
Right. So
I'll leave it to the group, because the last time I made a rash decision, we almost got in a fight with the Sheik's guards. So.
Kaeli is.
And I've already
fine.
gotten cursed twice from rash decisions, so I'm not the best choice.
Kaeli is fine either way. Alex thinks we should go after the slavers.
Yeah. So I agree with Hank. Let's chill for a bit. See if what's his name?
Chorus.
Shows up, and if he doesn't, we go looking for we go talk to some sand voyagers and maybe find, you know what I mean? See if we can find some
Cool.
slavers.
Cool.
Keep in
The
mind,
obelisk isn't
keep in
going anywhere
mind-
anyway.
Right.
keep in mind that if we the longer we hang around the obelisk tonight, the fewer people who are awake to talk we
Sure,
will find, because most people are going to bed around, soon.
That's true. So maybe a few of us, we split the party again, and a few of us chill here, watch for chorus, and a couple of us go talk to some sand voyagers and see if we can get some evening info.
Yeah, if you absolutely
Sweet.
think that we should keep watch on the obelisk, then Kayla Lee and probably Mizram will be perfectly happy to do so, while the rest of you go talk to people.
Yeah, I think I mean, do we want to leave a couple squishies behind though without somebody?
Well, they don't have to act. They just have to,
That's true. Stay
you
hidden.
know, they can just
We're not
watch.
that squishy.
Well, I mean, Ferrick's a Goliath, so he just thinks everybody's small. And
Yeah,
squishy.
everybody's squishier than us.
True. But honestly, we're not that squishy. We're relatively squishy, though.
Sorry to have a lack of faith. I believe in you.
I have noted Mizram's silence, so we're going with squishy for this.
Yeah, Varric says, okay, if you say so, sure.
Hey, don't make me turn into a bear and bear hug you both.
You're
Hey, I'll
still
wrestle. We wrestled bears as kids. It's a fun pastime from our childhoods. But no, yeah, let's go talk to some sand voyagers. See if we can get some intel and try to not ruffle any feathers today.
I think we have settled into the idea that you and Feckish are the people talkers, because the rest of us are like under 10 for charisma. Just FYI.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
Yeah.
Does not help.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so
I mean,
do
I'll
we know
tag
where
along,
this
but I know to keep my mouth
sand
shut.
voyagers usually are?
Now, just a reminder, the sand voyagers are not the slavers.
Correct.
Correct.
But they've had issues dealing with slavers on their routes, right?
So they can.
You haven't heard anything specifically about that. That's not
Okay.
That's not jumping to any conclusions, really. But what is most notable is that you heard even back in Bralazar rumors that the head of the Sand Voyagers Guild was missing. And that's confirmed to still be true since you've arrived here at the Oasis. So you also heard a group of other patrons talking about the slaver caravans avoiding the Sand Voyagers Trail, but they've been causing some problems for the Sand Voyagers. So you're kind of wondering how all of this is connected. Are the slavers have anything to do with his disappearance? Do the slavers have anything to do with the bride's disappearance? And of course, the cleric Nadron, he suspects, always suspects the dervishes. He thinks that they're always involved in trying to resume their former pantheon of gods to social acceptance. So, there's a whole bunch of division going on. What the exact connections are, you don't have any concrete proof of anything yet. Just a lot of suspicions and a lot of hearsay.
Okay. Yeah, we can just go maybe find some routes and see where the slavers have caused the most issue along the routes, and maybe just go for a walk, see what happens.
Well, we have also been told we haven't opened up this whole. We've only opened up 2 areas of the White Palm. We haven't been everywhere yet. So I think expanding on the town may help us find other things.
Sure. So,
Becca, you want to walk town?
Yeah, you want to go talk to some folks
I'm
and
down.
take a look around?
cruise around and check some stuff out.
Yeah, get a lay of the land.
All right, so Fekish and the two brothers are heading which way?
I think north of the pond of the oasis, though, of the actual water area, looks a little blackened to me. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yep, I'm done.
Mhm.
Very much so. That looks like a great idea.
Indeed. As we're walking through the tents and stuff, do we see any iconography that matches the description of the door down in the obelisk by any chance as we're walking around? Is that like a common symbol?
Good question.
The jackal with red eyes.
You certainly haven't seen it anywhere else in the Oasis, at least not at this point.
Okay. Cool.
Where's the travel guide souvenir shop?
So yeah, let's keep on keeping on. If we're going to be taking a walkabout while everybody chills by the obelisk. Oh, hey, Richard.
Also say too, I think naturally as you're traveling a space you don't know, you probably follow the people. So I would say just wandering aimlessly will probably follow where crowds, paths, or groups of people seem to be wandering to, because they'll have purpose of going to places of import, I guess.
It won't look like we're casing the joint.
Well, as I pointed out earlier, as the sun sets, most people seem to be heading towards the Sand Voyagers compound, specifically Happy Hogan's igloo. And so let's see. So Redreth, you're heading up with them, while Kaylee and Mizram stay behind to keep an eye on the obelisk, correct?
I think so.
Okay.
That is correct. Sorry, I couldn't get my mute button.
No worries. All right, so let's see.
I do feel like taking a look around is a good idea, but we should end up at Happy Hogan's at some point to, buy some people some drinks and maybe loosen some lips.
Right. It looks like there also may be something to the southwest of the water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was figuring we'd walk right around the little pond lake-ish thing here and see what comes up.
Yeah. See if there's anything.
If I notice any spiders on the trees, I'm totally gonna snatch them.
So
even if they're teeny tiny little, teeny tiny little spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to eat the whole thing.
Like,
I don't think you're going to be able to pick the legs off of those smaller ones.
Oh no, yeah, I'll eat it.
Yeah,
Like
the teeny tiny little spiders. Yeah, there's not much to them.
Brother, I do have a burning hands spell, I believe.
Nice. If I find big ones, I'll hit you.
Instant spider cue.
That's right. We can cook them up.
Beneath what would be the shade of many luxuriant and tall palms, if it were daytime, lies the oasis pool, several 100 feet in length and width. It has an irregular shape. Its surface is calm and reflective. The water slightly brownish, but crystal clear.
Cool. I'm gonna take a little swig, see if I get any rejuvenation properties from it.
Hoping it comes from the waters of Athos.
Maybe.
No, it tastes refreshing, but not as fresh as the water that came from that river.
Okay.
And certainly not as invigorating.
Dang.
But considering that the waters of Athos just started flowing again, it would make no sense for this whole place to be here if it was fed by the waters of Athos.
Not necessarily fed, but overseen by, maybe. I was
Well, I
thinking
mean,
maybe. Go ahead.
I don't know. Looking at the map, it looks like we're kind of in like a riverbed, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's
Yeah.
because of the bird's eye view of the map. It's just like that coloration there looks like the sand is in fact. Obviously, the oasis has some effect on that, but I don't know.
Like the sand might be a
Actually-
little bit moister in that area.
Actually,
sure.
the riverbed is just slight runs kind of southwest of the oasis.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Good to know.
Yeah, if you take a close look at the overland map, you can see that the Sand Voyagers Trail does go directly through the oasis, but the riverbed passes by the southwest border of the green zone, so to speak.
Okay.
All right, so beyond the fact that there's open water in the desert, which is a marvel in itself, there's really not much of note at the pool, other than that there are 8 guards with swords drawn that stand around the pool. And they seem to have a pretty good view of all shore points. So between the 8 of them. And based on your experience so far with the sheik guards, you would say they're probably, they probably have an effective observation. You suspect no one would be able to do anything to the pool or come through the pool or it's bathing allowed. Yeah, I would think bathing is allowed. But yeah, I would doubt that anyone's doing anything untoward around there. It seems to be well protected for, I don't know, maybe just, it is the namesake of the pool. Maybe there's more to it. You don't know for sure, but it is a guarded pool.
All right. Interesting.
Yes, they actually do prevent you from coming close to the pool.
Well,
They will
Okay, so
approach
there
you
will
if you approach them.
There will be no drinking.
No skinny dipping.
Okay.
all right.
All right. Well,
And it is well lit by torches at this time of night.
That takes
all around
entirely
the
all the
perimeter.
fun out of it.
entirely.
We could take him.
Well, I just intend to do the wrap around the pool and open the map up.
Yeah. Yep. I won't get that close.
Ooh, there we go.
Nice. All right.
Oh, is there anything?
I'm still here.
Is there anything in? Okay, I guess that's just this area right here. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. I got to double right across here. The detail of the graphic makes it looks like there's like a porch or something, like something's hidden in the trees to me. But
Huh. You mean
you know how the obelisk is kind of hidden?
Yeah, you mean where that arrow just was?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it
Yeah.
looks like it may be.
You can take a closer look, but there's nothing in there other than trees. But what you do
Okay.
notice at this point is that for the most part, you have reached the outer edge of the oasis. So beyond here is mostly empty, open desert. But what you also notice is that up here, there seems to be one last grove of trees.
Okay.
And something beneath it.
Yeah.
That's here.
That's head Adam Way.
Up
No,
in the
no,
north, up
top
in the
right.
northeast corner of the map.
Yep.
Oh, up that way. Oh, wow. I'm not Yeah, I'm not even scanned out that far. Cool. Yeah, let's take a peek. There's also this thing here, guys. I don't know how to do the circle, but I'll point at it. This thing has got me curious too.
That's the obelisk, isn't it?
No, the obelisk is
No,
right.
that's something that
here.
you passed early on. I did describe it to you, but I'll remind you, it was a charred camp that had a sign on it that said warned outsiders of what happens to those who offend the sheik.
Ah,
Oh.
And
Guys
the sand
for
is scorched,
pissing off the guys.
vegetation has died back. But basically, it's just the charred remains of a camp.
In light of that, we should definitely do more accusing of his sons.
yes,
Without any evidence.
Absolutely.
yes.
All right, so as you make your way up to that last outcropping of trees, you realize that the object beneath appears to be a statue or the remains of one. Apparently, it is headless. Amid a few
Oh.
palm trees is a headless statue of a regal figure seated on a throne. The statue is partially buried in the sand. The head of the statue lies on the ground about 15 feet away.
I want to clear the sand from the statue.
Does it appear
to see if
dervish?
there's-
We've had a little experience with like dervish
question.
history.
It does appear to be. You're not sure if it's dervish, but it certainly seems much older than the Dupari relics that you've come across.
I would like to clear the statue to look for any plaques depicting the statue or that might depict what the statue is or any inscriptions.
I'm gonna pick up the head, check it out.
This is how we get arrested for desecrating an ancient statue.
All right, so you guys are going to probably spend about an hour or so, clearing up around there, unless you decide you're going to get bored with it earlier. Meanwhile, Kale, hold on a second. I got to go deal with dogs outside. Be right back.
Okay.
I mean, I think if anything, we're gonna offend them by cleaning up a
Probably.
statue that they desecrated themselves. That's why I want to
Well,
look at the head, like see if it was, broken with a tool or if, it's kind of like the Sphinx's nose just fell off.
I'm starting to get the vibe of damned if we do, damned if we don't. So,
This whole time I totally thought that burned out shack was the obelisk we were looking at.
Nope.
yeah, the obelisk is hidden in the trees. That's why I
Right
thought
in the
that maybe
trees
there
with
was
us,
a porch. Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. So, as I was about to say, while you guys are off on your excursion on the other side of the oasis, Kaylee and Mizran, it's getting a bit closer to midnight now. And as they're sitting there, you notice a group of 2 cloaked and hooded individuals approaching rather surreptitiously from the main camp. You're going to react or you're going to continue to watch?
I'm still watching.
Same.
Okay, so the two of them approach the obelisk. You can tell that they look from side to side to see if they notice anyone watching. Apparently, they don't notice you, and they descend into the obelisk together. After about 5 minutes, you see another group, this time of about 3 people, also cloaked and hooded, approach the obelisk and descend down. Then you see an individual approaching, again, cloaked and hooded. And you'd say overall, you see probably about 20 to 25 individuals approach in various small groups over the
We
half
really
hour
need a
pres-
message spell.
a message
Uh,
or a massage.
Both.
Yes.
I look at Kaoli and like look at her like do you wanna like pick any of these guys off? Or would you gonna just keep watching?
I'm just watching. Do I get any sense that any of these people might be chorus?
No sense whatsoever. Their appearance and identities are all obscured by their cloaks, which does kind of suggest something to you.
Yeah.
It should anyway.
Agent 47,
Yeah.
kill one, steal his cloak.
Okay.
Yeah. It tells me that they don't want to be recognized.
Gang, we're at the top of the hour, and actually I've got animals beckoning. So we're going to take our 13-minute break. We'll meet back here at 1/4 the hour,
Okay.
Very good.
and we'll see you then.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Hopefully my power doesn't flicker again.
No, hope not. So what do you want to do, Alex? Do you just want to keep watching, or do you want to, like I said, try and nab a single individual if you think it's worth it?
Honestly, if the others were here, I would try to follow them to see what's going on. Leaving the others up here, but the others aren't here to back us up, so I'm a little hesitant to go in because if we're discovered, we could be dead very quickly.
Squishy.
Another question. I weren't here, obviously, for when you met that princess. What got Kimnat? You don't reckon she has power in her blood, and they might be leading up to sacrificing her for something?
Oh man.
Well, a couple of idle curiosities. Keith said something about roughly 25 people so far. That's about right. How many people overall in camp, like of the entire oasis? So we get a general percentage of how many people are involved in this cult-like activity.
Well, each one of those tents is a family, guessing, so maybe like a quarter.
Okay. That's a pretty significant number. So odds are there are more people in this oasis thing that know what's going on than they're letting on.
I mean, another
Good
thing
point.
I could do, I could always cast an earth spell to collapse the tunnel and just keep them pinned in there so they have to eat one another.
We totally should have discussed like some kind of like signal, like shoot an arrow into the sky with a light spell on it or something crazy. Yeah, we have no form of communication between our split party. That's kind of rough.
This is why message and sending are such useful spells.
I mean, I could turn myself into a howling monkey. They got a very loud voice.
I mean, yeah, you could turn into a flying creature and just fly over and be like,
This is also what familiars are for, red
I was gonna
rat.
say familiars would work as well.
Yeah. I'm a paladin. I can just hit things really hard, so I don't really have. I can see magic. But I don't have that prepared today, so I went with more smite than utility.
Right, I'm going to quickly get a cup of tea while we wait for Keith and catch you all in a bit.
Right up.
Okay.
I don't even know if I can prepare message. I don't think I can.
I don't know.
Nope.
I'm not sure it's on the divine spell list.
Yeah, bard, sorcerer, wizard, artificer. Okay,
Yeah.
well, cool. That's 2 spells I've been like, oh, that would be super useful. Fuck, I can't learn it. I was like, the silence spell would be great for interrogating people. Yep, not for me.
Yeah. So,
Well, a couple of things that we could think about doing would be obviously meeting up with the rest of the group to discuss what the options are based on what we already know.
Right.
Waiting for the
And-
following night to see if the same thing happens. Setting up a message system so that we have a way to alert somebody
Yep.
to let them know what's going on. Get the sheik involved. So if we know that there are people that are hanging out in the room downstairs, they have to come out at some point. So at
Yep.
that point, you get the sheik and his happy Pegasus flying horse people to hang out for them to come out of the hole. That pretty much has proof of something's going on.
Yeah.
We just have to get him to come out and hang out long enough for them to show up.
Yep. Or
And the
maybe
other
a guard
alternative-
or two.
A guard or two, yeah. Somebody that would basically give credence to our story.
Yep. For sure.
And
I
then
mean,
for all, we maybe
we don't really have proof. We don't really have proof that these guys are doing anything wrong. All we have proof of is that they appear to not want to be recognized as they sneak their way in.
25 people in small groups sneaking around in cloaks at midnight. Doesn't
Yep.
that sound a little sketchy shit?
Oh, I agree, but it's not proof that they're doing something wrong. Sometimes people do that sort of thing just because they think it's cool.
Yeah, they get together and talk about like how angsty they are in the desert. Yeah, they could be like
Exactly.
desert goths.
So, yeah.
It's all cosplay. It's all a joke.
So, it's not proof of anything except that these people don't want to be recognized while doing whatever it is that they're doing.
Okay, so it's about, we've been messing with this statue, he said, for about an hour. You guys have been watching people come in for about an hour. So what, it's like 10:45-ish.
Yeah, they said
Mhm.
it
So whatever we end up at Happy Hogan's, there's going to be a few people pretty deep in their cuffs at that point. So, you know what I mean? Hopefully we can still get some information, but yeah, I definitely think
Some
link it back
whispers
up
of-
and maybe.
Here's some whispers of people wandering around in the dark.
Yep. Well, and the slavers too, that's still an underscore on our addendum, as it were. So we can get information about, the creepy cult folks, see how many people actually know what's even going on. And then, hopefully some stuff on the slavers. Maybe something cool happened with the statue. We'll put the head on it. It'll be like, you guys are awesome. Here's 50,000 gold. Thanks for putting my head back on. Take this ultra magic sword. I know.
Thanks for putting my head back on. Have this, you know, have this ginormous chunk of mithril.
Yes. Yes.
Or adamantine.
Whatever it
Yes.
is, have Redrith pick it up, please.
No, I'm picking up the next weapon. One of us is picking up the next weapon.
He's our curse test.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be nice once Fekish learns how to remove curses. That'll be solid. Because then we can just grab shit and be like, let's see. Phenomenal cosmic power.
Why does the cleric have remove curse memorized 5 times? Let's see. What did we do last week? Barrett picked up a spoon in the bazaar and he's never been the same ever since.
Just fucking eating sand all the time. It's weird. I'm pooping glass. I mean, like the spiders, eating spiders things fits because I was looking, I was like, all right, so I'm smart enough to read, but not like super smart.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of like, yeah, fuck it. I mean, the big one stays good.
Those toddlers, it's what, everything that's smaller than a certain size in their mouth. So, you know, you eating spiders is not that far off base.
Yeah.
They're cute. They're crunchy.
Yeah, I definitely want to find some of these slavers though and crack some skulls. That'll be nice and satisfying.
Well, I think the slavers overall are just pawns. I don't think they're really, I don't think that they have motive. They're just
Right.
being manipulated somehow or another, probably by the brother that we know is up to nefarious shit.
Yep, for sure.
Prove it. So he's probably the one that's stirring the pot.
Yeah.
It's trying to figure out what his political motive is between
Right.
he's
Yeah.
just
What's
jealous
his
of the brother. Maybe he's hoping for a better looking bride the next time around.
Yep.
Hi, I'm back.
How far, you know, the other question is how far reaching is the prophetic wedding involved? You know,
Right.
I mean, how is it something that's just based on the town, or we're talking about a greater scope of this thing where it's in the region? Do the slavers
yeah.
even have any kind of play into that? Same thing with the Sand Voyagers.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, the Ifrit is the whole a whole region, right? And this
the whole region.
Marvin wedding is part of the same prophecy, right?
And I'm assuming, yeah, we haven't really seen any kind
Right.
of tie-in. Perhaps they're banned and I missed it.
I'm not sure.
The other thing too we got to deal with is the time frame of the Ifrit running around the desert, because that's still going on while we're farting around with this.
Yeah, for sure. And I'd like to get a piece of that motherfucker. That's gonna
Well,
be a fun fight.
kind of like you were talking about, can't get the guys to go bring the dragon to you. That may happen at some point.
Yeah, right. Oh, you guys don't want to figure this out? Okay, he just showed up.
Yeah. The Ifrit got thirsty and decided to come to the oasis.
Yeah. He was thirsty. Fuck the river of Athos. This brown water tastes sweet like chocolate. That's why they guard it.
Dice rolling.
Yeah, who's rolling? The DM is plotting.
Yeah. He's listening to us going, these guys are
that's. I was gonna say that's the DM planning your demise.
yeah.
Good
You said-
Isn't it usually?
What did you ask earlier about, being the DM? It's like, when do you win? And I'm thinking when the party dies.
Yeah, right. When you
See,
land
that is not my motivation. You should know that after all these years. Alex.
Yeah.
True, but you can
Definitely.
be spiteful.
There are definitely DMs out there who revel in a OPK.
Oh, I know. Lowell tried on many occasions.
Oh, and you know the shit that he set me up for to thwart your character. That was epic.
Oh, I know. You paid for it too, by the way.
Yes, I did, but it still was an epic session.
I remembered who ended up on the winning end of that one. Me.
Basically, Albie's character had thwarted our DM so many times that he brought me into the campaign to play basically a spy, and I spent
Long con assassin is what it boils down to.
and I basically
That's
spent
awesome.
a year earning his trust before it finally came to blows. And yeah, he wound up winning the final battle, but he suffered a permanent loss of health as a result of it. So the DM did get his revenge in a manner of
Yeah,
speaking.
got his digs.
I did turn Keith into a shish kebab though. So
Nice.
it was a fun way to end that little storyline.
But yeah, that was an epic session for sure. And campaign. All right, so and the die roll was actually me.
See, we knew it. It was Keith.
Yep, it was me instigating a perception check on a little kitty cat who, sitting up under the trees by the obelisk, quietly lurking along with his companion. His ears perk up as he hears the sound of music coming from the direction of Happy Hogan's Desert Igloo. It sounds like someone singing.
Lovely.
Sounds like someone singing to a lute. Can't make out the words, but he can hear the voice carrying over the wind along with the notes from the instrument.
I will nudge Kaoli and then wiggle my ass like I do a cat dance and then nod off to the distance where I'm hearing music come from.
Okay. Kaoli, you do not pick up the sound of the music, so you're not quite sure what he's referring to or what he's investigating.
That's having a fit.
Being she shows no response, I guess I will move closer in that direction, see if I can pick out what the music been played for.
It basically sounds like tavern music.
Hang on. We just had a bunch of people go down underground. I sort of think that it's a classic situation of when someone gets up to no good and they don't want other people to hear, so they play music loudly. So basically, you don't know what other people are doing.
Yeah.
Well, it's not in proximity. It certainly is not obscuring anything over the area. It's just you can hear it coming through the cool, quiet night air. And
or somebody's trying to give themselves an alibi.
Yeah. Am I going to go in there and find a barkeeper operating a bunch of strings like in Home Alone, where look for people dancing and moving?
I just watched that movie for the first time about 2 nights ago. I had never seen it.
No shit. Wow.
That is one smart ass 8-year-old.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
He's
so
gonna build rocket ships.
quick recoup. So the brothers Redreth and Fekish have been digging out a headless statue from under the sand in the northeast part of the compound. And it doesn't seem to really reveal anything. You don't find any inscriptions. You don't find any other kinds of special markings. Only thing you can really tell about it is that it's probably been here a very, very long time.
Can I set the head back on it? Kind of like not try to like really fix it, but just set it back up.
What's your weight allowance? Got you.
Oh shit.
One or both of you two brothers might be able to pick the thing up. It weighs about 500 pounds.
Yeah, the
No shit.
description. Yeah, we can lift a lot. I don't remember what the bonus is. I think it's under abilities or something like that.
Yeah, I would
Powerful,
guess
Yeah.
powerful
the
build.
two of you, if not one,
If
both
you-
of you probably could. Now, whether or not it'll stay up there or fall off and crush someone, we'll have to roll for that. But
I'm gonna take a step back.
sure. So the
Yeah,
brothers,
it's powerful build. You can count as one size larger when determining your character carrying capacity and the weight you can push, drag, or lift. So we count as large creatures. Let's do it. I'll help you lift that sucker. Uh-oh. We lost the boss.
no, I'm here. I'm just updating.
Uh-oh.
Oh, gotcha.
All right, so you're able to pick up the statue. It requires a little bit of effort, but not great effort. I guess only requires one of you to pick it up at that size, but it's definitely bulky and untoward, and not quite sure the value of doing so. But you get it up there, and it completes the visage, and as originally suggested, it does to be that of a regal person. Some amongst you are able to kind of discern that, yeah, it does look like that of dervish garbs as opposed to the Dapari vestments that you've become more used to. But again, no inscriptions, nothing specific, no indication as to why the head has been detached. If you had
What's
to
it
make
looking?
it's looking directly towards the oasis.
Okay. So I thought,
Yeah, when you place the head on the back on the shoulders, that's the direction it's facing. Actually, I'd have to say maybe slightly more towards the camp, but overall, I'd have to say it's looking at the oasis.
okay.
But other than that, there's really not too much to be discerned from this.
I'll look at
Kaeli and Mizram have noticed several small groups of darkly cloaked and robed individuals approaching the obelisk just before midnight and disappearing into the passage without emerging. While Mizram has been hearing the sound of music coming from the compound.
Do you want to head back
yeah.
to
I
the
say we head
obelisk?
back.
I'm trying my best not to be like, I know there's something there and I want to come up with an excuse to go there. But I think that we've kind of walked our fill, right?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
if we've explored the rest of the oasis, it makes sense to head back.
Yeah. See if they've, have anything to report. And if not, we'll head up to Hogan's.
Yep. Let's go check out the show. See if the bard's any good.
Yeah.
Oop, suddenly there's writing on the oasis.
Now that you've cruised around the perimeter of the camp, pretty much everything is obvious to you now, so there's no point to keep it obscured.
All becoming clear now.
I might kick around the burned camp, see if there's anything glinty.
Guess it can't hurt. Could it help? We just don't know. Now everything looks thoroughly charred.
Okay.
And a bit aged. You'd say that if there was anything left, someone's probably collected it a while ago.
Been picked through. All right.
No glinty glinty.
Yeah,
Dang it.
there's even other footprints there to suggest that, you're not the first to visit it.
Is there another book on the ground that can curse me? because I'd just love to do that.
Books, more books, more books. All right, so you're all heading back over to the obelisk. Presumably, you're able to find your spies relatively easily, knowing where you left them, and they update you on the comings, not quite goings, of the individuals that they've been noticing, which currently, like I said, amounts to probably just slightly under 24 that they've counted so far, all in groups of 4 or less.
We can take 24.
Well, maybe if they're commoners, but if they're a bunch of ambients, you might want to think about that.
I'm up for a good challenge.
Yeah, I bet you are. You guys are just itching for battle, aren't you? It has been a while since we've had a battle session. I will acknowledge that.
I just haven't played in a while.
The question is, are you looking to pick a fight? You almost did with
Yeah. The Sheik's son's guards. I keep forgetting his name.
All right, so you head back over to anyone staying behind to watch the obelisk, or are you all heading over to the happy igloo?
Well, I was curious if Kaeli wanted to, if we wanted to move down and check out, see if the door's open at the bottom of the stairs now.
I would be willing to scout out there, scout in there, to see if we can catch them doing something. If like the brothers are gonna stay here and support me, so that when I get in trouble and start screaming, they can come in and start smacking people.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking,
yes.
Haig and or Redrith and Feckish could maybe go to Happy Hogan's and ask around. And
Kaylee, please make an insight check.
Insight check.
Here it comes.
Kaeli's insight says that Haig is ready for a Donnybrook.
So as you're pondering the question or considering the option to head on down there, you realize the corridor, it is dark, which is to your advantage, but it is narrow. And given the influx of people coming in, you are very aware of the fact that if someone comes in behind you, the chances of you being able to stay unnoticed are slim to none.
Yeah.
so we'd have to keep anybody from going down if she goes down.
Right.
Okay. What color were the robes they were wearing? Just dark robes?
Dark.
All
Or
black.
Question: would this be the time to go get the boss man and say, "Hey, we've just seen a whole bunch of people go into this. We don't know who they are, but you might want to come and take a look."
We don't know who they are. We don't know what they're doing.
Right, and it may be, and we can even say, "Hey, if they're doing that at your orders, then that's one thing. But there's like 20 or 25 of them. You may want to send some people, down there, or come yourself to take a look."
Yeah, not a bad idea.
And you're flying horsey people.
And then we can stop by Hogan's.
That's not a bad idea, as long as we make it clear that while we feel they were acting suspicious, we still have no idea what they were doing.
Mhm.
As long as we make it clear that as long as we make it clear to them, to the Sheik, that we don't know what they were doing, and while they were acting suspicious and that makes us nervous, it could just be that they wanted to act, they didn't want to be recognized, but it's completely innocent, but it's just a hobby they'd rather not get out.
And that the bride is still missing, and if he didn't know about this secret place here, then this may be a good place for him to check out and look.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, I could always go in there as Spider Cat if you want.
Spider Cat.
I've got an idea. I'll go investigate. No, yeah.
I don't think that will be necessary.
yeah, I say we go get some officials, let them know what we've discovered. And, while we're doing that, we can talk to some sand voyagers about the town.
I'm up for whatever. My logic says that very rarely do you have black hooded figures in a D&D campaign that aren't doing something nefarious. That's just my guess.
Is it that obvious? Really? Okay, change robes to.
Oh, I'm not. Alex knows that these guys are probably up to something.
Sure.
But KLLE just wants to emphasize that we have no proof of what these guys are up to. All we know is that they were sneaking to get down there for whatever it is they plan to do, and that made her suspicious.
My other thought on the
Alex
flip is
knows.
we're
Around the
not
dark.
100%. We're not 100%
I'm going to
sure
throw something
that
out
the
there.
Sheik isn't part of it.
Yeah, I was just going to throw that out there. What happens if the Sheik is part of it and you're now disclosing his secret clandestine organization?
That
Okay.
is a thing.
Then that's when we get to go to war.
Yeah. So we being Goliath, we probably have some darker stuff in our pack. So maybe I'll pull out like a darker, hooded cape and put it over me, and Alex can
We'll
go
point
down
this
and
out.
everybody else.
I will point this out as Goliaths in that corridor. Nothing is passing you without noticing you.
Including each
Right.
other.
So we could just kind of stand guard and be like, who are you? What's the password? And then just jack them up anyway, because there is no password. But she, you know what I mean? It would guarantee that she'd be able to be okay, or cover her six, as it were.
My thought is that our best option is Miz being Spider Cat.
Okay.
Because maybe at the goat, the jackal head, there is a password. And if he's a spider on the wall, he will be able to catch said password.
Go Webs, go.
That's right.
I could also take the time to recast my familiar and send him in as a spider too.
Ooh, I like the sound of sending in the spider
That's-
familiar.
I like that
I
too.
really like the
That way
sound
we
of
don't have
that.
to- We don't have to wake up Miz either.
True.
Well, extra catnip time is always advantage to me. Meow.
What's the
How are you
casting
gonna-
time
I mean-
on- what's the casting time on Find Familiar again, Redreth?
I think it's an hour.
10. Oh, really?
Yeah, I know it's not short.
I don't know. Let's look it up.
Miz, how do you
Looking,
Yeah,
just a
databases,
second.
intend to
right?
partake in your catnip if you don't have an opposable thumb to work your lighter?
He's just got to eat it as a cat.
Smoke it.
Yeah, it takes an hour to
Find
cast.
familiar is a full hour.
Dang. I think Mizram's going to be the
That's
fastest.
why I
hours.
haven't done it till now.
I was thinking it was 8 hours. So, but
Oof.
hey, even an hour. You guys want to wait for that, or you want to just send in Spider Cat?
It's probably
Spider
Spider Cat considering it's
Spider
probably-
cat. Spider cat.
at some
That's
point
what
these
it
guys are going to be done with whatever they're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
seriously.
think. I think it would be safer to send in Spider Cat because they could leave before the casting of Find Familiar is done.
I agree.
Let's do
Okay.
this.
Then
And it takes an hour if you're using a spell slot. It takes an hour and 10 minutes if you're casting it as a ritual.
Yeah, let's do it. Miz, spider up, buddy. I'm going to look at him kind of like when you see that really dope donut on the counter, he's going to turn into this yummy looking spider.
Yeah.
oh no.
You reach out and shake your head no and pull your hand back, and then you reach out again and no.
It wouldn't kill him. But then he would turn into an elf inside my mouth. And I don't know if that would be a good idea.
Yeah, not good.
Well, I see that Ms. has changed in the game effect, but it still shows them as a cat.
Yeah, I can't turn into a spider at the moment because Phantom Clown glitching out on my end. I can't. I'm not sure if Phantom Clown just go, well, you never leave your panther form, so I'm not allowing you to delete it or change it. So yeah, I'm permanently locked in as a panther unless you can delete it from your end.
We'll figure that out another time. I don't want to take up game time to do that. But
Okay, I'll just pretend I'm a spider then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know you're in spider form. All right. And if you would go ahead and do a stealth check, please.
Most certainly.
Oh shit.
Just move this out of the
Ruh-roh.
way.
Spider stealth is good.
Yeah,
my-
except for
my
Mrs.
stuff-
Rolls are terrible.
Oh yeah, true.
Hey, he does have a tendency to roll really low sometimes.
Very noisy spider.
But only when he's in cat form. So maybe spider's form will be better.
So one small trivial issue.
Here it comes.
Spiders cannot open doors. Who's opening the door?
Well, I naturally assume that Kaoli would have been doing that for me.
Okay. So Kaylee opens the door. Spider descends down the steps into the darkness, disappears. Kaylee closes the door so it doesn't look like it's left open. Heads back to her spot. Go ahead and roll another stealth check, please. Kaylee.
Just to let you know, I'm going along the top of the ceiling, so no one don't accidentally tread on me.
And
Yep.
and I'm also leaving the area because Haig knows he sucks at the stealthies.
So Kaylee heads back to her post. Ms. is in position down below. Are you going all the way to the door, or how close to the door are you going to perch yourself?
I'm going very close to the door, so if there is any lettering on either, Kaoli already translated the lettering on the door, right?
There's no lettering on the door.
Oh, okay.
Correct. There is the inscription on the other side of the obelisk, but it's not on the door.
Do I hear or sense anything?
Not initially, no. But so Kaylee, go ahead and do a perception check.
Cooperate with me here. Okay. I don't think that's what I meant to do.
Yeah, that seems weird.
There we go. That's better.
Okay. And then also I need another.
Holding my mouse at an awkward angle means that I clicked something that I didn't mean to click.
Well, it happens. I also need another stealth check from you.
For me, was that?
From Kaylee.
Oh, for me?
Yes. Because you left your position and you're returning.
Ah,
Perhaps while someone is watching.
Can I take a look around with us? Like I'm keeping a good close eye out. Like I'm not moving much. I'm just sitting in the sand. But
One
just
problem.
All right, so
It
Haig
is
is down by the
dark
Sand
out.
Voyagers compound, right?
Yes, I went down to where there's populace
Okay.
because I suck at stealthy.
Okay, so Varric and Fekish, if you would also please do a stealth check as well.
Okay.
And it's also dark and you're not going to be able to use a torch. So
I thought I had a monocle.
Oh yeah,
Da-
Red Dress
don
will need to
your-
do a stealth check too.
you must don your best English accent, sir.
Stealth check.
If Varric is less than stealthy than you would like to see, I would grant him one of my inspirations.
I have an inspiration.
Okay.
All right, well, no one does anything noticeably non-stealthy, so that's probably good. No one seems to be upwind and generating offensive odors, so that's also good.
I'm going to lean against the stone wall near communication distance, maybe, of Fekish and Varric.
Well, not more than 5 minutes pass, almost right before midnight, when two more figures hurriedly approach the obelisk. And as a matter of fact, they seem to be in enough of a rush that, unlike all the other ones, they're not even looking from side to side. They're just like trying to get there and get down. They're obviously.
Hey, I'm late. I'm late for an important date.
They're late.
That sense is coming across very, very clearly.
No time
and
to say
they're
hello,
Probably
goodbye.
not even paying attention, even if any of you were noticeable. And for those of you who are paying attention, you figure it is just before midnight. They descend down the steps, disappear to most of your view, and hurry down the darkened hallway without light or any other assistance. They roll right past or right under.
Just before they go past me, if I notice they're coming, is it okay if I slowly slow myself down on spider web, because obviously I'm a tiny spider, and just let myself slowly drop myself onto them? But
You want to
if you know what I mean.
Drop onto them.
Yeah.
Not, okay. Let's see.
As they just gone past me, I'm just slowly lowering myself onto their back.
Yeah, no, I get you. But there's definitely got to be a role involved there. The question is exactly what? And let's go with
Sleight of hand.
That's actually probably a good call. Though
I was
I
gonna
was going to
say
go with
death save.
acrobatics, and it's the exact same modifier. But yeah, okay, do a sleight of hand roll, Ms.
Tower?
Yes, please.
And again, in this case, I would be willing to give up an inspiration if he needs it.
All right. So you managed to, at least as far as you can tell, successfully land on the back of his right shoulder of one of them.
Okay.
Actually, you can tell as you descend, based on a combination of smell and their movement, the sway of their movement. One is apparently a male, one is apparently a female, and you land on the larger male's shoulder. As they approach the doorway, the one that you are on speaks, "Open in the name of the Great One." And a large door raises up. And the two of them proceed to enter through the door.
This open sesame has been copyrighted.
I'm conflicted now because part of me going, "Oh, this is valuable information to the party," and part of me go, "I'm in a good position to know exactly what I'm going in here."
I've also thought of another thing, Miss. You are riding on them. If they go through the door and the door shuts, how the fuck are you going to tell us?
I know. That's the conflicted.
Is that what that's what you're saying? Yeah.
And all it takes is one person to say, "Dude, you got a spider on your shoulder," and boom, you're done.
Game over.
Oh my lord. Yeah. Whoops.
Start rolling that next character there, Miz.
No.
All right, so Ms. disappears out of sight and view at this point, unless you choose to. This is your last chance to bail before the door closes. 4, 3.
I will bail. I'll bail. A part of me go, "Damn! If they didn't have to speak a password here."
Okay, so as you hop off, which I presume would be a relatively luckless activity.
Falling's pretty easy to do.
You do hear them as they pass through, and you head back beyond the door. "Close in the name of the Great One." And the door begins to lower itself down. You also notice, as you're hopping off, they're walking through the doorway, you're hopping off, and noticing that the one who's speaking is speaking to what appears to be an especially large zombie who apparently controls the door. from the other side of the doorway. And that is the last thing you notice before the door seals shut once again.
Ah, okay. I do the fastest
You would
eight-legged
you would
run.
have to guess based on recent experience that this is probably a Goliath zombie.
Oh, that's
Oh, cool.
That might be something
Not
that.
saying that it necessarily is, but it could probably qualify as one given its size.
Okay. Well, I did the quickest eight-legged run you ever seen a spider do to go tell your friend what you found out. Just to remember, on one of each leg on each side, there is a boots of overkin. So I'll do that weird spider walk with two of my legs.
Da, 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 da. I suddenly have visions of those cars driving on their two wheels on one side or two on the other.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. All right, so you all notice Spider Cat emerge. Despite its small size, he's obviously in a rush.
And I attempted to leap at one of them, but I thought, no, my look, I'll get flattened. So I'm just going to turn into my elf form and go, good news, people. I got the password for opening the door down there and closing the door down there. Bad news is, it looked like some kind of undead Goliath ogre kind of creature down there. I'm not sure what it is. I didn't get a good look at it, but yeah.
I like everything you just said.
So
Let's go.
Go downstairs and create all bloody hell, or
yeah, I will
I'd
pass
like-
on the password to Alex Kaoli. So basically, she can.
Oh, you want me to do that?
I would make a
I
Minecraft
just
mess.
gave you a dirty
reference.
look.
Hey, you love to open doors. It's your specialty.
Yeah,
Now,
but she
I
usually
will
doesn't know
point
there's a
out-
Goliath.
I will
giant
point out at
reptile.
this. I will point out at this point, since wait a second, since Haig is down by the Sand Voyagers compound, about the same time this is all going on, Haig has noticed the music once he got closer to the compound, and he noticed that it stops right around the same time that Mizram is coming out of the obelisk.
Okay.
Interesting.
Oh no.
Okay.
I will say it could be coordinated, but it could also just be the time. It is midnight.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
noise ordinance at the palm of the Oasis of White Palm,
Say that again, Albie.
because they have a noise ordinance at the Oasis
Yeah.
of the White Palm.
Yeah.
No live music after midnight.
That is interesting. All right. Well, let's see what the obelisk is about and then see if it happens roughly at the same time. Do I get the feeling that it happened the same way the night we spoke to Chorus in Hogan's? Can I do an insight or something?
how he entered, or the music?
The music. If the music seems to line up, do I go, huh, it did that night too?
You've only been there 2 or 3 nights, but there was no music the night before that you were there,
Okay.
so you're not sure how regular of a thing it is.
Okay.
Oh, you're right back.
So are we going in?
Yeah, I say we do
I
this.
think we're going in.
Let's do
Are we
this.
going
Why?
in, or are we going to go get the boss guy?
Well, we weren't sure
I think the
He was
bad,
in on it.
yeah, I would think the boss guy is a bad idea, just in case he knows.
All right. Yeah, I mean, we
Given
would
the
have definitive.
description. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, we would have if the boss guy wasn't in on it, we would have definitive proof for him that one of the sons is in there, because that's probably likely. If the boss guy is, then yeah, I guess we'd be kind of out of luck then.
Just bring your cell phone camera.
Sure.
Given the description of what I've of the place, and knowing how freaking narrow that corridor is, Kaylee is going to flat out refuse to go first.
Okay, I'll go first.
I was gonna say, I got this. Let's do this.
The brothers need to go first.
As I get away from the Sand Voyagers Guild, I don my monocle, and by Jove, this thing is phenomenal.
I love it.
Wow, I didn't sort of see at least well enough not to trip on things.
Brother, have you seen the greatness of this device?
For sure.
What do you get the feeling you're sipping tea as you're saying this?
Pinky up.
Tea? Tea sounds wonderful.
I don't want to create an unsafe space, so Mizram, if you find any of this offensive, please let me know. But I hope you realize it comes from a position of complete admiration for the British culture.
No,
Righto.
absolutely fine.
Righto, my good man, onward.
All Mizram saying to himself is those damn colonials.
What
So,
my good lady, what were the words? What were the words that need to be spoken?
so shall I presume that other than Kaali and Varric switching places, the party order sheet represents the order that you guys are going in?
Haig first, I think.
I'm not going to be first or second. I want both brothers in front of me.
That's what I'm saying. You were up front originally with Haig, so I figure I send you to.
Okay. I mean, that sounds good to me. I want at least both brothers in front of me, because they are frontliners and I am not. If Fekish wants to get up there,
put the brothers up front.
yeah, if Fekish wants to get up there in front of me, I'm fine with that. If he refuses, I guess that's okay.
The wizard is going behind also.
I don't want to be in front
Yeah.
but I don't want to be in front of the wizard with the fireball ready either.
No, you're right behind him, actually.
Yes,
so I've got the two brothers up
fireball.
front.
However, the wizard is exploring the benefits of knowing more about time and space right now. So this could be interesting. You'll notice he has no blade. He has no blade on him at all. He has no his bow is the only thing that he has, but he has no blades at all. He's done with blades.
But he definitely has a new air of confidence about him as well.
Yes, and kind of a sly look.
So, Redrith, am I to assume that I can keep this sword?
He just nods in your direction.
Very good, my man. Very good.
Blades serve him little purpose where in the direction he is heading. All right.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
So if we're down in the staircase, again, I'm going to turn to Kaeli and go, the words, my lady, I must have them.
Kaeli just kind of shrugs and looks at Miz.
I just shook my cat shoulders at you.
You get a very dirty look.
We cannot move on without the words, people.
Alex doesn't remember the words, but Kaeli does, and she will give them
I'll
to
just
you.
try to open the door.
Okay, there we go. There were. Thank you. Open in the name of the Great One.
Zombie Goliath doesn't understand the British accent.
I say again,
I hear
open
you.
in
Hold
the
on.
name.
I hear you. I'm trying to get the map up for you guys. All right.
I just hope your family buys you a top hat and cane. For you.
Well, we need
Well,
models
just like
too.
in season 1 of Crit Roll, doesn't that mean if I wear the monocle, I start slowly growing a bushy mustache?
That's the belted dwarven kind.
Okay, tokens should be unlocked. Go ahead and move yourselves into position. Doors to the side.
I thought Feckish was the door is the door at the bottom of the stairs is near where Feckish is.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so I think it's kind of something like this.
And I know we were supposed to do a different English accent, but I was really bad at that one. So
Well, you're doing better than me. I can only do one.
So I think this is our approximate order now.
Yeah.
And so we head down at about just after midnight. Is that right?
Yep, that is correct. Now, Redrith, I actually have you down here. Because Feckish wanted to stay behind you.
Yep, that's no problem.
Okay.
Works for me. I'd rather be behind the fireball caster anyway.
Same here. I'm having flashback from my burnt tail from last time.
All right. So
But that was on purpose.
was that Varric or Haig that is uttering the secret password?
Haig.
Okay, so Haig voices the great phrase. And sure enough, the stone door raises. And the zombie is clearly visible on the other side. Again, he's about your height. He doesn't react aggressively at all to you.
Thank you kindly, my good man. And I flip him a copper.
Right, oh, good boy.
It mindlessly ignores the copper.
Well,
And
I
bounces
never.
off of its forehead. All right, so is everyone following him? Anyone following him?
Oh, I'm definitely following.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
We're all going. We're all going.
Let's do this.
Rather cautiously.
Except for Haig and Varric, who are walking with their chests puffed out like British noblemen.
But yes, we are following. Most of us rather cautiously.
We just don't look right at this point without, tuxedos and canes and top hats.
It's so silly. I love sillies. We're just a bunch of sillies.
This is great. Pardon. Is everyone in? Wonderful, wonderful. Close in the name of the Great One.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Yeah, we're closing off our escape.
We
plan.
don't but we don't want to look suspicious, though, do we? Having left the door open.
We're the only ones wandering around without cloaks.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, do you reckon I would be able to pass if you put a cloak on me and I'm just going on all fours, or do I find that a bit weird?
Oh, and again, you've got 2 Goliaths, a dragonkind, a cat, and an elf.
Well, by George, make up my mind.
Definitely not your average mix-up.
No. Definition or suspicious.
All right, you guys want to
We are
you guys want
we
to
are
know
quite
about this room now that you've all locked yourselves in here?
Sure.
yes, we should know about this room now.
The long, damp room is decorated with tapestries covering the east and west walls. A large wheel with a winch is mounted on the north wall. Pegs and hooks are mounted on the north and south walls. And needless to say, there is a zombie manning the wheel.
Any light?
None.
Okay.
I can do dancing lights.
And that
There
we
is-
don't
there-
have to
there
worry
is
about it
light
now.
coming. There is light coming from the room to the south.
It's not overly concerning. We all have dark vision now, or some level of it, I believe.
Oh, that's right. With your mom.
Yep.
Do I remember which door the two people walked through before the door closed?
Do you want me to leave it open?
I would be safer with it. I think we'd be safer with it open if we have to bail.
I suppose it's not like we could hide or anything.
True.
Right.
We're kind
And of course, they may think someone else left it open. All righty then, that's decided. Open in the name of the Great One.
Close.
I think zombies don't complain.
Make
Make up your mind already. Jeez.
Just a quick question, Keith. That is a stone door, right?
Raise your doors. Come on, man.
Just a question for you, Keith. That is a stone door, right?
A
Yes.
solid stone
It
door.
is a solid stone door. So,
Well,
more than an inch thick.
if things go bad, people, I think I'm getting out of here okay.
You don't want to be under the door in spider form, that's for sure.
No. I got a spell that allows me to pass through solid stone, so I'm okay. My exit is clear.
It definitely helps, no doubt.
Well, we also
Okay,
don't know
I'll
if the
leave
zombie
one.
might fight us if we try to operate the crank, but
We'll handle a fucking zombie.
that's right.
Kelly, you
He's
Kelly, you want to take
big,
a
but other than that, he doesn't look especially formidable. Not compared to other undead that you've wrestled with.
All right. Well, my outside says British gentleman. My inside says let's move to the light to get this monocle off my face.
Hello, Chop.
agreed.
Carry on.
Crack on, mate.
All right. I guess we're drifting towards the south. I will peek my head
yeah,
in
what-
here a little.
Yeah, I wanna take a peek in here.
I'll drift this way. Allow ladies first.
By the way, Keith, I did ask earlier. I'm not sure if you did answer. Which way did I see the two people head with the
Oh,
door
and-
closing?
They went into the light.
Yeah.
Don't go into the light.
All right, so looking into this little side cavern that Kaylee is interested in. Within this small, dark cavern stands several figures, swaying from side to side.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Entranced?
Or like the zombies in I Am Legend, just standing there.
Exactly.
Oh,
Quickly,
shit.
make way for the cleric. Let him in the
Three
room.
more of them that look very much like the one manning the door.
Oh.
Strange.
And at the moment, they seem to be ignoring you. Not unlike the one at the door wheel.
Well, I'm going to make note of that and creep this way and see what I can see down that way. That's where the light's coming from.
Ah, shoot.
I'm a little skittish around lights when I'm trying to sneak.
Understandable. Okay, my apologies, but it looks like that the decorative template or layer did not come through on the graphic, so I'll have to take my word for the description, even though it's not showing up. The walls of this room are painted to depict terrible creatures marching to war. In the middle of the floor
Oh,
are
lovely.
3 wading pools, 3 feet long, east to west, by 6 inches deep. The northernmost pool holds a perfumed, transparent liquid with a green tinge. The middle pool contains a deep red liquid, and the southernmost pool contains a clear liquid. A passageway exits to the east. So let me see if I can do some drawing on here so you have an idea where these are.
This does not sound particularly safe.
Looks about perfect for a fireball.
Exactly. But there's nothing in the room except water, pools.
Okay, so those 3
That
hours,
said, this does not look,
those
as
3
I
hours,
said, this does not look particularly safe.
so those 3 hours represent the 3 wading pools within the floor. So 2 feet wide,
Okay,
6 inches deep.
okay. Is it possible to go around them, or do we have to go over them or through them?
You can go around them. They do not take up the whole.
Okay.
They are wider than the doorway, but there's probably, actually they're probably a bit wider than that, but I'd say there's probably at least a foot clearance on the end of each one.
Okay. Okay. Because I can get over them without, without risking getting wet. But the rest of you can't.
They're not wide enough that anyone should have a problem jumping over them, though.
I was
Okay.
gonna say we should be able to jump. Make a
As
good
long as
jump.
there's enough space between them to, land.
We
I'm
don't see anybody in here.
At the moment, no. However, you do notice a trail of liquid, like someone coming out of a bath or a shower, dripping. So there's a path from the first pool to the second, path from the second to the third, and then from the third one, it goes to the passageway to the east.
Okay, does it look like one person, or does it look like more than one person, but they're all following the same path?
It looks like several people have gone through there, many mostly through the center, but there have been a few that have gone around more towards the edges. And the ones towards the edges
Okay.
are slightly drier. So like
I
this,
say we just-
more of it
Okay.
is dried up, whereas the stuff through the center is obviously very fresh.
More traffic to the center than to the edges.
Well, Lily's thinking to herself, I guess we're gonna get our feet wet. She's all bundled up in her dark cloak.
Okay, so
It's not-
you presumably
Red Dress would like to cast Detect Magic.
Okay, sorry guys, I got a phone call. What did I miss?
Everything.
Cool.
Oh, dang it.
And my apologies, party. I'm going to retro one minor detail.
Okay.
The robes that you noticed everyone wearing were not
Mhm.
black. but red.
Red.
Okay.
Dude, that changes the entirety of everything. We never would have come down here if they were wearing red robes.
Okay, well, then let's just roll back about 30 minutes.
Yeah, we're at Happy Hogan's.
The jury will disregard all information that has been shared in this time.
What is that? What is that line from The Simpsons? Black. That's the worst color ever. Sorry, Carl. Oh, I get it all the time.
And actually,
Yeah, mine's not red, but it's dark.
folks, we're going to take a last 10-minute break. We'll meet back at 20 after the hour.
Right up.
Cool.
Okay.
I shall see. Actually, before we go, I will reveal.
And Redrith has cast Detect Magic.
Okay, good to know. I know nothing in this room shows anything magical about it.
How wide are those pools? Did you say?
As wide as the room. Or in about.
No,
or-
no. What I mean is between them. How much space is between them?
Let's see.
Because if they're 5 feet wide, I can pretty much just skip over them.
Right. Bart and Sandy probably just walking through it.
Yeah. So somebody give me a recap, would you? What's the deal with the room?
Three of them, 3 feet wide in a 20-foot space. Evenly spaced.
And is there a 1 foot ledge between them, or is there any kind of a ledge or anything between them?
No, they're just kind of carved out of the floor, basically. So you figure 3 of them, 3 feet apiece. That's 9 out of 20. So there's 11 feet. Yeah, so figure there's about at least 2 feet in between each one of them.
Okay, well, 3 feet, then I can just step right over all 3 of them.
Yeah, with a long stride, I think you could probably walk across, do a brisk walk across it.
Minister of silly walks.
Yeah, there's nothing forcing you to immerse yourself or wade through the water, but it is obviously intended to encourage you to do so. So with that, like I said, you can see that there's a corridor to the right, because I know Kaylee already mentioned that she stepped into there. And there's no magic being detected, so there is no effect noticed by stepping in there. Once she steps in
Okay.
there, you see the corridor to the right with the door there, and you guys can decide what you want to do when we meet back here in 8 minutes.
Cool.
All right.
Okay.
And there are 3 zombie-like figures in the corridor to left.
To the west, right?
Yeah, in that room.
They're swaying, they're awake, but they seem to be completely inattentive or not doing anything. They're not dead, but they're also not active.
They're undead. Ha, ha,
I
ha.
get the feeling that if we had forced our way through the door.
Before we go, why don't we tie their shoelaces together? That way, if they're commanded, they'll fall over.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. All right.
I mean,
you
I'm
guys
kind
know.
of. It's funny, but I'm kind of being serious.
Okay, yes, we should tie their shoelaces together. We should. Sorry, this is reminding me
even just-
of this is reminding me of a different group where we stunned an Etten and tied its shoelaces together. And we were just like imagining that when it was unstunned, the 2 heads would look at each other and they would be like, "Did you tie your shoelaces together? No, did you? No. How did we get them untied?" After they've fallen face first.
Yes. But if we're on our way out and somebody commands them to attack, that could.
Yeah,
like, if
that's
we're
why
running-
we should. That's why we need to tie their shoelaces together.
I'm totally. If they're not wearing shoes, at least rope their ankles together.
Yeah, we should.
I say we
should.
just massacre them right now. Just
No,
tell 'em.
I don't think that's such a good idea. I think we should hobble them.
all right.
I think we should hobble them. It would be more fun.
Glad you're back, Maddie. You know you'd be a little broken to miss this session.
Yeah. Well, I like it that they're kind of standing in there like I Am Legend, just fucking clustered together, waiting to be told to do something. That's awesome. Let's kill some zombies. Zombies.
It would be a little less fun to just bludgeon them to death without them moving, though.
Well, I'm
I
sure the
suspect
first
that they
one
would
would kick
react.
some shit off. Yeah.
I suspect that they would react if we attacked them, but I suspect that we'll be able to hobble them without them reacting.
Yeah. How do
So
I
we
target
probably
somebody?
should.
Shift, left click, or right click?
Control click.
Control click. Ah, okay. Okay. I have a spell that I want to be able to target one of you guys. You know what I mean? For some shield of faith.
But we should definitely hobble those zombies.
I agree.
For the lulz, if nothing else.
All right, I hope I'm back now. I don't know if I am.
I hear
We
you.
can hear you.
Okay.
That's usually a good sign.
Janelle won't hook up her fucking cell phone to the car, so it automatically, I have it set if my phone was the last phone connected, it'll automatically connect. So every time she starts the damn thing, it fucking takes over the Bluetooth and shuts that, like closes out fucking the Zoom call and everything. And I'm like, God damn it. I've left the cord in the car. All she has to do is plug her phone in for like 2 minutes and be fucking all set when she gets in. No.
So I still didn't get it. What are the blue lines? There's like troughs of water in that room?
Yeah, differently colored water. I think one is blue. I know one is red.
What is the reason, though?
Some kind of ritual, obviously.
Or like the zombies, could it be some sort of defensive thing?
My initial thought is if you step on the other side of those stones towards that corridor without stepping in all three of these, some shit might happen. That's just my thought.
The evil priest really wants to keep his floors clean.
Right. Well, yeah, they've already all been walking through it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely walking through it.
Cleanliness is next to ungodliness, something like
Yeah.
that.
And these are my God. I don't even care about it. I'm respectful, but nah.
So we didn't get a racial description of the 3 zombie figures in the other room. Are they Goliaths or not?
No, he said there were, I think he said there were 3 more Goliaths type zombies. I think there's a bunch of like standard size zombies in there with more big ones.
Good times. They could be formidable.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Do you have turn undead or destroy undead? I think it's just turn right now.
The thing it fifth is just turn.
Yeah. That's okay though.
Fireballs for everybody.
And just so everybody knows, if you're within 10 feet of me, you gain a +2 bonus to any saving throw.
Yep.
All right.
As long as I'm conscious. So if you're 10 feet within that 10 feet aura, at 18, it goes up to like 30 feet, which would be so much more useful. But
Yeah.
Hey, folks, I am back.
Okay, we have decided that before proceeding, we are going to hobble the zombies by either tying their shoelaces together or tying ropes around their ankles so that they are hobbled.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's see.
And I got a phone call. I have to take this.
Excuse me.
Okay,
Sure.
I'm back.
That is definitely not Ms. That is cute.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm expecting a
Hey.
phone call from a number that I won't recognize, so I have to take them all, even though most of them are, have you signed up for health insurance yet?
I don't want to talk about your extended car warranty.
Yeah.
No, it's right now it's health insurance because open enrollment is like just ending, and
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so who's going in there?
Mine's my Amazon charge. I think KLLE and I are the most interested in doing this.
yes, this is after we have hobbled the zombies.
No, I mean hobbling the zombies. Who's going in there?
Alex and I.
Oh,
Yep.
yes. KLLE will go in and hobble zombies because it would be
it's
useful
fun.
because it will make the zombies less useful when they are summoned to fight us.
Okay, so who's going in first? Haig or KLA?
Hey.
For safety's sake, probably me.
Okay.
Just in case they react. But
don't see 'em,
KLLE is
though.
like right in the doorway.
Theater of the mind, man.
Totally.
Oh shit.
It's just showing the 3. Oh,
Vark's
Fourth
kind of
appeared.
twirling his hammers in his hands. He's ready. Yeah, you were right, Vekish. Is this just the 3 in there? Okay.
oh,
And they're
there they go.
Roll initiative, please.
no worries.
Initiative?
Yep.
Oh,
Really? Are they acting aggressively yet?
As soon as you enter the room, they begin attacking.
Oh, then I'm going to say, throw the queen.
Oh, initiative, right.
ooh, oh.
But
So
I-
as
so-
soon as
go ahead.
as soon as Higgs steps into the room, they start moving. Okay. Well then they start moving, and Kaeli is going to step back so that Kaeli is going to step back so that the doorway is clear, and hold an ready in action to shoot them if they are still moving after Haig backs out, because she is going to assume that Haig's going to do the smart thing and back out of the room, but she's hoping he's going to do the smart thing and back out of the room, but she knows that he's probably just going to charge.
I
Yeah,
am
you
a
just can't
Goliath.
shoot her.
I am just going to charge.
They're undead.
She's also going to say, she's also going to encourage him to leave and see if they stop.
Yeah, no.
Kill.
Again, I am a Goliath. I am going to charge. But what I am
she's
going to
fully
do-
expecting you to, but she is hoping that you'll listen and do the smart thing.
I will bring up my monocle onto my forehead, so that way it's not covering on my eye, and I'm going to draw the sun sword.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
So yeah, I am going to ready an action to shoot them if they are still moving when Haig steps out of the room, or shoot one of them when it's clear that he's not going to do the smart thing and run.
Okay. Your intentions are clear, I believe. So with that,
Yeah.
Just to let you know, Keith, my initiative didn't go through on my character for some reason. I don't know why.
I think that has something to do with the
Yeah, it has something to do with the extensions.
it seems to have been affected
Something funny went.
consistently.
Yeah. So it should be Mizram's turn now.
Yep. All right, so let's see if we can move that up. There we go. Ms., you are up.
The first thing I do when I see them faffing around, I just put my cat paws onto my face, just shake my cat head and go, oh, here we go again.
Not again.
I just like, I just move forward past these lot.
I work with children.
I don't get paid enough.
And I will turn around, look at them all, and then look at the pools of water and go, and then just end my turn.
Okay. So Redreth, you are now up.
Okay. So I will
You're not
Do I-
sure
do
what's
we have any
going
i-
on at the moment. Actually, no, you
Do we
are,
have-
because the zombie behind you is now moving towards the group.
do we have any idea how big that other room is?
No.
Alex and I do.
Okay. So I
Did you
am
get my
obvious.
whisper?
I'll move down to there. And then let's see. Okay, so if they are attacking, then I'm prepared to toss a fireball in the room, but knowing Hag, he'll get all crybaby and whining about it, and so
Mark's already given you a pouty face.
Not to mention, you guys are familiar with how you know, like a blunderbuss works, right? And you see where the brothers and Elohir are currently standing at the muzzle, right?
Well, I could just put my arms right over their shoulders, and sear them a little bit as it goes by.
Excuse me.
Who's up?
Yeah,
I
will.
Seeing the situation, who's got the pouty face now?
I will hit that guy with a firebolt. Why did it double hit?
Because you've got yourself targeted.
Oh, whoops.
I don't know why you have yourself targeted.
I don't think I can change my targeting.
Yes, you can.
There, did that.
There you
Okay.
go.
All right. Okay. And I missed. So, I did hit.
No, you hit.
You hit yourself. You didn't hit the zombie. I'll let you re-roll though, with one target selected.
Wait, it says attack
No,
8
no,
at
no.
zombie
It says
hit.
Zombie was hit.
5
right?
hit,
Oh yeah, it did hit with an 8. Jeez.
Wow,
which
okay.
means that we
That-
need
that
to roll
too
a
hit
1
against
in order to miss.
Ain't that
Right.
nice?
Yeah, exactly.
They have hit for AC.
There you go. I did 10 points of damage to him. And he just looks.
Redra,
Yeah.
check your damage. Doesn't it go up to 2 dice when you hit 5th level?
I believe she is right about that.
1d10 when you reach
Most-
5th
mo-
level. Yep, you're right. Okay.
Most damage dealing cantrips increase when you hit 5th level, and we are currently
Okay.
6th, I think.
All right. So I'll hit one more d10
Yep.
for now, and then I'll. Oh, it rolled another
Wow.
10. Whoa.
Nice.
And then
That
you
worked
can
out
fix
well.
your coding.
Okay. Yeah,
That is
now I'll
great.
do that. Okay, and that is all I'm doing.
Nice.
All right.
Zombie
it is a
12.
zombie's turn.
I was looking forward to my turn being next. Son of a.
And needless to say, he's going after his.
I'm just saying I could have thrown a fireball. Just saying.
You wanted to throw a fireball, but you know how some of the other party members react when you throw fireballs.
That's right.
Oh,
I
it's
mean, you could've
fine
thrown
if
it
you throw a
north.
fireball.
Not that I'm upset about it. No, that's fine. It's all good here.
Ooh, a hit. Dang it.
Manages to slam into you for 6 points of damage.
Ouch.
You fiendish blighter. Oh, sorry. I'm not wearing my monocle anymore. I can be just me. Oh, he stopped me. You son of a.
Oh, wait a minute. Kaylee, let loose your arrow.
Oh, yes.
Presumably at 12.
Yes, at 12. I get to zapify somebody or attempt to. But given that an 8 hit, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna hit. So he's next to an enemy. That means
Did you wait until he got in range, or did you shoot as soon as he started moving?
no, I would have waited until he got in range.
Okay.
Because yeah.
Bam. Which one is that? That's
It's at
12.
Not the same one
Okay.
that Redreth hit.
Cool.
But meanwhile, number 2 now makes his attack on Egg.
I'm lagging.
Forgot to set his target. I'm That's a miss.
Nice.
This is good. The zombie missed.
And finally,
Other zombie,
comes in.
Tell me
Come up and take a
something good.
swing.
Oh, geez, 24 as well.
Yeah,
Come on.
They're all swarming in on you.
I'm all right with that. We can make this work.
Yeah, the advantage.
well, I mean, I did back out of the way. I
We're gonna
did
make
back
this
out of the
work.
way for you.
And that-
Miss again. What's up, buddy?
all right, now Haig, you get to respond.
All right.
Nice slash
That
attack.
So no, actually, we are going to do. I'm just going to read this to you. +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with the Sunblade, which deals radiant damage. When you hit an undead with it, you get an extra D8 of radiant damage.
Nice.
So we are going to see if we can go like this.
Check your targeting. Check your targeting. There we go.
Yep. And then we're going to go first swing. Pacow.
Nice.
Oh, I didn't even need the +2. So I'm going to +2 this.
And don't forget to roll an extra D8.
Dead.
Or not.
First
Not one
swing.
is dead.
Not necessary.
And on that, we're going to move in his place, make room for my brother.
Zombie 12.
And we're going to take a swing to 24 with Barathel. Just a basic roll with a basic damage. And come back with extra attack again with Sunblade again. Bam.
Yeah, we have to roll ones to miss, guys. That's just kind of sad.
Awesome.
Careful what you say.
There's only one
Yeah,
weaker undead, you know.
He's dead too, so I can't even deal the exceeding damage on him.
All
So-
right.
I guess that's my turn. Brother, you want to follow in? Actually,
Actually,
Feckish
Feckish gets
first.
to go
Feckish
first.
is next.
Feckish is going.
Feckish
It's
first.
left for me to hit.
Not that you can see any of them at the moment.
No, he can. He can
Isn't-
see 5.
There's one right up by him, isn't there?
Oh, you can see the one
Yeah,
behind
zombie
him, yeah,
two.
but not the ones in the cavern.
Blast him, brother. Take him out.
Is he acting aggressively or is he just standing there?
Yeah, he's beginning to.
waiting to
He's
open
the door.
turned away from the wheel and obviously facing you guys now.
Ah, okay. Well, then I wasn't going to do what I was going to do because there isn't enough of them ready to kill. So do. So that guy. Wait a minute. What do I do? Current control. Select.
Control
Yeah.
click. Yep.
So I have them selected. And we'll do. Here we go. We just have it. And actions.
Ooh,
Spiritual
there's some
habit.
grid.
Yeah, I just realized I forgot about that. I'm adjusting it. Give me a moment.
You know, with our ability to draw the arrows and stuff for feet and using the arrows to move, I don't know that we need the grid that much.
You need it for scaling purposes. Otherwise,
Yeah. It needs to be defined, but it doesn't need to be shown.
yeah.
Gotcha.
I need to roll damage, right?
Get him, homie.
You smacked it.
Dying.
I got another dying zombie.
Yeah, they
You
don't
have
seem to be
undead,
offering
but
too much
seems
resistance.
Seems wasteful for only 2 zombies left.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, 2 of them are unconscious.
3 of them now.
Already.
Yeah, these 5e
If you're all,
zombies, these 5e zombies are weak.
are they?
Yeah, they are.
But they have some pretty
I've-
nasty effects if they hit, right?
They can.
Yeah.
Their claw
And
attack
some
has
of
some
them just
nasty
hit really
effects.
hard. Some of them just hit really, really hard. But yeah, they do tend to be rather weak and unimpressive. Unless your DM spices them up.
Which I'm gonna probably need to do if I use them again.
Yeah. And I mean, it is DM's prerogative to spice up the critters that we fight, so.
All right, so zombie 5 is definitely not happy with Feckish.
He's dead, isn't he?
Closes in on him.
Dying.
Oh, he's dying?
Yeah.
He's dead. Sir.
Yeah, he's unconscious.
Feckish swatted him.
And we're just gonna skip over him and go to Varric.
All
Get him,
right.
brother.
Move up to that dude. And I'm gonna divine smite him. Oh, I hit the wrong one. Are you shitting me?
Oh, you're not.
Still a 10 to hit.
Yeah,
Who is it
but
something
you
about
rolled a
roll a
one. You rolled a one. Oh my god. That hurt.
Okay, so offhand.
No!
Oh my
Now you
lord.
can hit it.
At least that one hit.
Jeez.
Jeez.
Wow. All right,
Hey,
so
there are more sides on that
With
dice, by the way.
The
than
die
one and
gods
two.
are not in your favor today, dude.
yeah, so this is just the hammer damage. And then for the divine smite.
The extra attack, yeah.
Oh, I should have hit it.
Coulda, shoulda.
I didn't realize I should have.
Yeah, if you wanted to
activated
smite him, you needed to hit that before you rolled for damage.
it. Mm,
That's how those codes work.
yeah, because it would have been it's 2d8 for first level spell slot, and then another d8. It's 3d8 because it's undead.
You can still do it on your extra
Right.
attack though.
I just did it. That was
You got
my
it.
extra attack. The first one missed.
Oh, you don't have the 3 swings I've got.
Mhm. Yeah, I didn't realize I had to click it on. So
Well, just go ahead and roll a 3d8 and apply it. Remember it for future reference.
it's just 3, 2,
If you
sorry, 3.
if you
Sorry,
right
what?
click the dice, you can multiply them. If you hold on to the
Mm.
dice and then right click over, it'll multiply the dice in your
Okay.
hand. But now you just take those and drag it on top of the enemy's head.
All
Yep.
right.
You want me to do that or are you doing that?
I'm doing it. I just dragged it on him. Did it work?
No, I'm not seeing the additional damage. Let me get it.
I know it works if the GM does it. It should work if the player does it. But should and does are two different things.
Yeah, the second hit takes them out. So with that, they are all down and out.
Well, that was quick.
Yeah, like I
I flip
said,
my monocle,
not much of a challenge here.
sheathe my sunblade and flip my monocle down and go. Well now, that was quite the foray. Just because it's fun.
So are we heading down?
I think so.
Oh, I forgot to change it to. Where is the? missing any? Did I got everyone? All zombies are gone, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take that and we'll drag this over here. No. All right. Everyone's moving down to the waiting pools. I guess I can unlock the tokens. All right. Now what?
Question. So when the zombies started coming at the gate zombie came after us, did the door slam shut?
Good question.
Let's see. Good Lord. All right. Kaylee and her remarkably high perception quickly perceive as she approaches the door 3 glyphs upon this passageway. One on the floor in front of the door and one on either of the walls facing each other.
Did you hear my question about the previous room?
No, I missed that. I'm sorry.
When the zombie left the wheel, did the door slam shut?
No, it did not.
Stayed open. Okay.
It remained
Good.
open. Now, before we proceed, my loyal party members, we only got about 10 minutes left. You kind of have an idea of what you are facing. You're going to have to make a decision before proceeding. I presume at least one of you knows what that means. What Kaylee just found means. However,
The 3 glyphs.
before we proceed, and since it's going to be a month before we have a chance to get together again, I want to wish you all a very happy holidays. And
Hell yeah,
I
man.
would like to
You guys
do
too.
so by adding this,
That was perfect.
which should
Ooh.
now allow you all to hit 7th level.
Oh,
Yay!
hell yeah.
I'm just going through and programming up my new abilities and getting rid of the blade singing stuff in here. So this will be fun.
Exactly. I figure it's a good timing, at least for you, but I figure no one else would complain. We can start the new year at a new level. You know, we've been playing for 9 months at this point, so I figure it's about time you're up to 7th level. And moving forward, the challenges will be appropriate for it. So, and I figure I've kind of missed out. I figure I've kind of missed out on rewarding you guys for some of the experience you're due for all the excellent role playing that you've done and keeping the storyline going, playing along with things like the British monocles and all that awesome stuff. So, all of you, I can't tell you how much I really appreciate your loyalty, your dedication to this. I realize you've had to miss a few sessions. Life happens. As long as you're willing to roll with it, I am too. This is my appreciation, and hopefully, we'll have a lot more new stuff to play around with and check out next time.
I have evasion.
Awesome.
So how do we level up?
Evasion is one of my favorite abilities because it means that the most I can take on a dexterity area of attack is half damage.
Nice.
Nice indeed.
Because
Nice
if I
indeed.
succeed on my throw, I take nothing, and if I fail my throw, I take half damage.
Yeah,
Nice.
that definitely
Congratulations.
sounds like something useful to a high dex character.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. How come the person with 2 legs got better cat reflexes than the cat?
It's all in the class ability, dude.
I think the cat needs to ask itself how much catnip it's been eating.
That's right. I was gonna say the dice rolls don't lie, Miz.
I'm trying to think with all the sleeping around and all the eating I do. I must have piled on some pound. That why I can't move quite as good as Kaoli.
So I clicked where it says Paladin 6 and then hit level up, and then it opened up this thing. And in the chat,
No,
it
no, no,
says
no,
hit
no, no,
points.
no, no. That's not how you want to do it. That is the wrong way to do it.
Yeah,
Close,
okay.
close that. Close that.
Okay.
Go back to where it says class and level Paladin 6,
Yeah.
and it opens up a little box. And
Yep.
then as long as you're staying with Paladin, you can just take the little info blip at the end of the line for Paladin and just drag it back to where it says Paladin and drop it.
Yeah, like drag it off the window and then just bring it back and drop it on the name.
Yep. That is how you do it. Because we didn't make these characters with the character builder, therefore leveling them up with the character builder is going to cause more problems than it solves.
Right.
And the character builder still has issues.
What's war magic? Ooh.
Yeah, I figure this is going to open up all kinds of interesting possibilities and questions and whatnot. So over the next 4 weeks
Yes.
until we game again, please reach out to Discord if you need the table up to make any changes, or if you have any questions that you want to ask me. Redreth, I'm sure you and I are going to have to work together at least a little bit to get some of your new features enabled.
Yeah,
And
I'm
if you
starting
want-
to program them in. I'll be hanging out on your server here for a little while, getting it all sorted out. So
Okay, yeah,
And
not a problem.
if anybody wants me to rebuild their actions tab or rebuild their entire sheet, just let me know and we can coordinate that, because I am happy to rebuild either just your actions tab or your whole sheet just to make sure that it, works.
That's awesome, Alex. Thank
I
you.
mean, I'm not against anything like that.
Does anybody not want to know what
I
war
am
magic?
happy to rebuild your sheet so that it works properly and is done correctly.
Yeah, I still don't know. I still haven't gotten it to add the level. So,
Does
Yeah.
anybody care to know what
And-
war magic is? War magic means if I
And-
cast a cantrip as an Eldritch Knight, I get to follow up with one weapon attack as a bonus action.
Sweet.
This action,
Ooh, nice.
Sweet.
I don't know about some of these 5e mechanics, seriously.
They're a little weird. In some ways, they can be very overpowered, and in other ways, they're just pathetic. It's kind of all over the place. And Red
You live and
Red,
learn,
you-
and hey,
you-
guess what? Then they have an excuse for 6th edition, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And Red you might find that it's easier to program your sheet properly if you just rebuild it from scratch with your new subclass.
Very pretty.
yeah, that might be. I might try that.
I'll have
Because,
I'll have to add on that book, Redreth, so that you have access to it. So,
Yeah.
promise
Well,
this-
most of the subclass things they're not like heavy mechanic things. It's more like force a reroll, but I don't think it's stuff that could actually be programmed. You don't that isn't really. It's something we say. Oh, he has to reroll that.
hey,
kind
hey
of a thing.
DM, trigger this. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
It's yeah, exactly. So I don't see a lot in here that's, other than like the momentary stasis thing is, it forces a con save, but that's not hard to program. So
Yep.
I think we might be okay.
Cool beans. All right. So yeah, we're good to go on that. So yeah, you're all going to go through a bit of a time warp, so to speak. Look at that, level 7. I thought it was so far away. But now
That's
the question is,
awesome.
will you get to level 8 in 2022? Gosh, I hope so. But
I hope
Right.
so too.
Yeah, me too, because I'm looking at the stat up for level 8, and I can actually bring my dex up. So my initiative is only a -1.
I just gave him 35,000. He's already looking at level 8. Good Lord.
Well, I've been looking at level 8 to try to when I could get those stats to turn. because a negative
Gotcha.
2 on a niche and the hit on my dex is just horrible.
Oh, now you're that much closer.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, gang, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording at this point in session 38. And we will meet up again in January. What is the next official date? Let's see. So January 8th is our next game date.
Cool.
Same game
Yeah.
channel, same game time, same game channel.
Very good.
Sounds great.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
a good Christmas, everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Hi,
guys.
absolutely.
Holidays all.